Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gotaproblemmate podcast. It's one of those episodes that you all prefer, where there's no guest.
Well, we haven't had to dig someone up from our phone book. Hello, I'm Joey Page, and look, I've got a little look at this on my head here. Are you going to introduce yourself? Or are you just going to presume
Bilal,
people know
Zafar.
who you are?
Hello, everybody. I was just going to ask you a question before that.
Well,
I don't know if it's linked.
Right.
Have you heard of the Brewdog Wingman Buffalo Sauce? Or Brewdog Elvis Juice? That's hot.
I know about Elvis juice. What? It's a what? Elvis
sauce.
Juice? Sauce. Why is Elvis?
Brewdog Hazy Jane Tropic. Now, is that like a weed reference?
I don't know.
What's Hazy Jane?
Hazy Jane's a beer that they sell.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. These are all beers.
Brewdog Punk IPA Barbecue Sauce.
Yeah. It's Brewdog, not Stone Dog, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
so it's
right.
about beer.
There you go. Some flavour for pricks.
Some flavour for pricks.
Don't say that.
Well,
excuse the language, everybody. Salute. Sorry, what happened to your head?
So this is quite funny. A number of times in my life, my material has come to life. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to have a bit about a cloakroom, and then my coat got stolen from a cloakroom, for example, right? And you know, I've got a bit about eagles in my show, which, if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, God bless you. But also, that means tomorrow I'm in York doing one of my final dates of my tour. So if you want to come to York, I'm in York this Thursday, tomorrow, or possibly today. Or if you're listening to it in the future, you've missed it. But if you're in New York, come see me in York.
What venue?
I don't know, Monk Gate Theatre? I don't know. 41 Monk Gate?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's weird, yeah.
But, so, if you live in America or outside of York, just ignore it.
Ignore it.
Ignore that. And also, I should say that if you join the Patreon, this is what you get. It's like us cutting loose.
Yeah.
We're just chatting and
but worse.
Chatting the breeze.
No, better,
Shooting the breeze.
Yeah.
No, but worse is on the Patreon, we go in depth into some things.
Can I ask you a question?
About, Bilal's sex
What do you think
life.
of this?
What is it?
No.
Yeah, no.
What do you think of this?
Oh, that looks terrifying.
C4 Performance Energy Drink. They handed this to me for free.
Who did?
Do you want it? I've got two.
Should we drink one each on the show now?
I mean, why not?
Spoiler alert, we're recording 3 shows in a row today.
Oh, yeah, we need
I'll be getting changed in between each one.
Wait a second. That with a coffee. Frozen bombsicle. Is that
Do you want
flavour?
half? Should we have half?
Shut up. Have the whole thing.
No, because we might get addicted.
Addicted.
Do you want to go halves?
How many? How much in here? Where's the flipping? They were handing these out by the station. 500 ml.
I just found this.
What is it?
I don't know. Okay.
Half a litre.
Half a litre of
now
energy
they got,
drink.
I mean, fair play. They got free advertising on here.
And don't forget, this isn't for alpha males because this is beta power. Why does it say that?
Beta power. I don't know
let's
what that
have a look
means.
at this. Packed with beta power and caffeine to fuel your performance squared all day.
Oh, support alertness and help concentration. Oh, everyone acts like, oh, this is good for ADHD. You know? It's like, it's not. It's just the energy drink.
Which my dad has decided, did I say this on the podcast last week? My dad's decided doesn't exist.
Yeah, fair play.
I told him I've got ADHD. He said, no, you haven't. It doesn't exist. I said, but a doctor has said you've got it.
Have you said what happened to your head?
No. So, my stand-up came to life. I've got a bit about eagles in my show.
Yeah.
About 2 big pictures of eagles. And when I did tour support for Laura Smith, as a present, she bought me an actual ceramic eagle that you hang up. Well, it's like a stone eagle, but you hang it. Yeah. And it scares away the pigeons.
Cool.
And it has been working.
Wow.
But you have to move it because obviously the pigeons are quite dumb. But it has
to move around.
So I put it at a different place on my balcony.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot. And if you look on my Instagram, there's actually I put a picture up on my Instagram. I've got a big gash on my head now. So
yeah,
that's what's happened here.
So what happened?
Well, I didn't realise it was where I'd put it. And it had got jammed in between the wall and my head. As I went in the door, my head went... But there was nowhere for the eagle to go. So it's sort of like... I just kept... my head just sliced on the wing of the eagle.
It's not a real eagle.
No, I know. But its wing sliced me.
That's not... That doesn't make it all right.
Look, let me show you.
Are you going to show me the blood?
Well,
was it bad?
Squeamish.
Nah, I'll be all right.
Look. But if you want to see it, you can go on my Instagram.
The eagle had the last laugh.
Oh, and if you're not following me on Instagram from here, how fucking dare you, yeah?
You can follow me if you want, but no pressure.
Mm.
Listen, I need to ask you something, right? I need a cash injection, right? That would really help. Now, there is something that's come up that I might be doing.
Yeah.
A clinical trial.
Oh, no. Why do you need the big cash injection? Just skin.
I need it, yeah. Like, it would really help. I've got, everything's in order now. In terms of got my little day job, going to be gigging more and all of that stuff. That's really good.
Nice.
Got myself a little teaching comedy job in July, potentially, which pays really well for a week.
Who are you teaching?
I'm not really sure yet. Some uni students, I think, and so it's part of like a performance art degree or something.
Do you want me to come in and guest?
No.
Guest.
No. I think I'm doing the guesting.
Oh,
yeah. You can't guest on a guest.
Whisper me. I won't say it on the pod. Just whisper.
What do you mean you won't say it? We're here.
Say it. I'll just react. Just whisper. It's not bad.
For a week?
Day. Oh, for a week.
Not for a day. What are you laughing for?
For a week. I wouldn't even get out of bed for that, mate.
You would.
I'm a big boy.
You would. I know some of the work you do.
I command a fee. Let me tell you. I command quite the fee.
Did you have one sip of that and you've lost your mind?
He had
one sip of it, and he's like going, I demand quite a fee.
Have you tried it? Did you want to try it?
I'm going to have my own. We're here for a while.
For a while.
Right? Are you not going to drink it all?
Also, I haven't got
you can throw
a
it
cocaine
away.
Problem. I've got itchy nose from hay fever.
You just just everything looks like a cocaine problem.
I'm
thinking of doing a clinical trial. I'm serious.
Yeah. So tell me about this.
I don't want to say too much, really.
Again,
essentially,
right. You just told me the money for that other job.
Yeah.
How many times? How many of those jobs worth is it?
5.
5 grand. Sorry.
Yeah.
And how long will you be out of action for?
Like 16 days.
And what are the side effects?
So you get ill and then they test out some medicine on you.
Yeah, but what's the worst that could happen? Because remember, the famous one is those big heads.
Sorry?
When they got big heads.
Who?
It happened, didn't it?
What do you mean?
Clinical trials where they got big heads.
Who got big heads?
I don't know. Let me Google it. It definitely happened, though. I've just had a new follower since I announced my Instagram on here, but this hasn't gone out yet, so that's strange, isn't it?
Are you sure? Oh, we better not be streaming live.
We are. Oh, but we are going to be soon. We're going to announce the date.
We don't have a date for that, do we?
We're going to get the date in before next
week's
episode.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah? Wow, this stuff's so strong. Clinical trial.
Big heads.
It comes up. Drug trial leaves men critically ill. This is in 2006.
Yeah.
Extreme reaction. 10 years after the Elephant Man drug trial. Their heads all got big like the Elephant Man.
Was that the purpose of it?
No.
Was it called... They knew it was called the Elephant Man drug trial when they went in.
What have you got to do? Eat a bat's wing?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting the new COVID?
Nah, I think it's old COVID.
Oh.
And it's about a vaccine.
Oh.
Which a lot of people in the world are very scared of that, right?
Guys, we can't ask you more clearly for you to sign up to the Patreon than this guy needs to do clinical trials, keep a roof over his head. So please do. It's a couple of quid a month, and it means so much to him. Look at him.
I'm willing to die.
Why are you wearing glasses?
I ran out of contact lenses. And
can't afford it. Oh,
no, the company that I used no longer sold in Britain.
Oh.
Hubble. Now they only serve Americans.
No, only serve the space telescope.
There you go.
I enjoyed that.
You really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed that. Okay, so when's this happening?
What?
When are you going to like turn
clinical
green?
Trial?
Yeah.
Next month, potentially. I'm going to have a blood test.
What a sad state of affairs from trials at Arsenal to...
that was a bad day for me.
So when's it happening?
I think next month. So I've got to do a blood test soon and then check if I have the right antibodies
Yeah.
If I don't, then I can't do it anyway.
Imagine if you get turned down for a clinical trial.
Oh,
How
you
bad
could
are your
do.
careers going? Fucking hell.
You could do.
Don't even get allowed to do the clinical trial.
Oh, that's an award-winning comedy show, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What would you call that show? Clinical trial? Big
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Clinical trial and error.
Error. Trial and error.
So I've got a lot of things to talk to you about. Can I tell you about my gig in Harwich?
What's Harwich?
Harwich. So I went to Harwich.
Harwich.
Which is
Harwich.
if you think about East Anglia.
Yeah.
Right? It's basically in between like Ipswich and Essex. It's like the worst bit. Right? It could possibly be one of the worst bits of the country. But I thought ahead of time, I was like, I'm going to get the train down because I have to drive to quite a lot of gigs. Right? And I just thought, well, I'll go down early. The day's nice weather. I'm going to get down there, get a lovely little fishy chippy by the sea.
Oh,
yeah.
Expensive, isn't it?
What?
Fishy chippies these days.
Yeah. Well, not here because Harwich, it turns out, is in the 1970s still. Right? And I was on the way down. I was full of optimism.
Yeah.
And I was playing a gig at a rugby club. And basically, what happened was I was on the train and there was some like builders had got on a couple of stops from getting into Harwich.
Lovely.
And they were having a beer on the train and blah, blah, and then another guy got on. They were like, oh, here he is. And it's like this guy, and he was absolutely off his nut. Not even just drinking. I don't know what he was on, right? But he was like, I didn't see him get on, right? I just heard a bit of commotion about him sitting down.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see where he was sat. And he started talking. He's like, yeah, I've lived down here a while now. Like, and, it's probably the best place I've ever lived. And he's like, I just go to work, I get off work, I have a few beers. And I was like, how lovely. Like, us chasing our careers, chasing our tails all the time. This guy, he does a bit of tiling, he finishes at 3 o'clock or whatever, and he gets on it, and he goes back to work the next day. Nice, simple life. And he went, and do you know what? I love living down here by the sea. He said, everyone's so friendly. And I was like, this guy's actually making me feel quite jealous for,
You'd
of
get
his life,
very
right?
bored.
And then he went, and the best thing about it is, everyone down here's white. I was like, oh no, I'm on the life of a racist man. And then I saw him get off, and he had a couple of teeth missing.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy where I am.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay.
The grass isn't always greener. Sometimes it's whiter. God, that's like a bit I could do on Letterman, isn't it?
It sounded like a whole
like a
bit of stand-up there,
Yeah.
but I know it was true.
I might do it at York. If anyone's coming. So...
I found York a bit tricky when I've done tour shows there.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I've done a gig there, and
I want to see what you think.
It was horrific.
Was it?
Yeah.
I just
it was
find
in an
them...
all-bar one.
Oh.
it's a while ago.
I've just found them a bit like not very loud laughers, very smiley lads.
When I did
Couple
tour
of
support for
times.
Lloyd Griffiths there, it was really good, to be fair. So,
Okay, well, good luck.
Okay, I'm looking forward to crashing from this.
Can you
in
open
episode
this for
3.
me? I don't have nails.
Why? You've been biting your
I
nails
bite my
because you're
nails
worried
off.
about your financial situation.
I want to move to Harwich and upset that guy. Thank you.
He said
Salute.
even the guy that runs the Chinese takeaway is white. Okay, so...
oh my god, this tastes insane.
I know. It tastes like a frozen bombsicle, don't you know?
What's a bombsicle?
I don't know. That's what it's called. So...
Mate, that's kind of disgusting. I mean, they're not getting free advertising off us. That tastes
it
awful.
isn't nice.
I'll drink the whole thing, but it tastes...
nice, but I think I might save the other half for episode 3.
You're hiding it from our next
From
guest.
our next, no, well...
Which we're not revealing now.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay.
On the next episode, otherwise what's the point?
Of course.
So,
what's the point?
So, what do you want to hear about, Bilal? I've got a few things. Number 1, have you been watching White Lotus?
No.
Right, can I just say this? There's a guy in it from a previous episode, from a previous series. Yeah, and if you haven't seen series 2, like, just I've turn it down now or whatever. But I can't.
Is this
I
a
can't wait
spoiler?
to wait up to keep up. Basically, the guy kills his wife. Now he pops up in series 3, and White Lotus. You know the concept of it.
Not really.
So basically, White Lotus is a chain of hotels.
Oh, okay.
And each series is at a different hotel, and somebody has died at the beginning, and it's a sort of
Okay.
quirky whodunit sort of thing.
Ah.
Right? Now, this guy, he comes back in series 3, if you murdered your wife at a hotel, would you not avoid that chain of hotels?
You'd go Holiday Inn, wouldn't you?
You wouldn't go back to White Lotus. I know it's like hiding in plain sight and all of that. But I got a question for you about this.
Yeah.
If you had to kill your if you had to go and start life again.
Yeah.
It could be witness protection. Maybe you haven't done anything bad.
Yeah.
We'll assume I have, but you don't have to.
I saw something happen or whatever. Mafia did something.
Where do you think you would go and how do you think you would restart your life?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I mean, it's really hard. Is it anywhere in the world or in the UK?
No, you can go where you want.
Maybe like Thailand or something, right?
Right.
It would be like nice food.
Well, that's where this series of White Lotus is set.
Okay, so I can't.
And Rebecca, my girlfriend, you can.
Yeah.
Rebecca lived in Thailand for a while, and she said it's just food's fantastic.
Yeah. Or Vietnam?
Well, you were saying before we came in here, that crunchy chili oil. There'll be loads of that.
Vietnam?
Would
I want to live there? Yeah, I guess.
You could start a comedy club there and you'd actually be good.
I'd actually, because I'd be the only comedian.
But you could have a comedy club, you could have us come over.
I could
but
do
that's too close to your
I could start a gong competition.
That's too close to what you did before.
No, you're right. I couldn't do what I did before. I'd have to be like what would I be?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
But it has to be something where you're not public at all, right?
Well, okay. I mean, that would be... I mean, some people would argue you're doing quite well at that now.
Because no one's watching this. I'd probably sell tiles to companies over the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about you? In Vietnam.
If I was in Vietnam...
Yeah.
I'd do treks, innit? I'd take people up, take them up the mine...
You can't do that because you'll be doing material and then they'll be like, aren't you that? And then the mafia's there and you get back of the head.
Okay. Can I open a nail salon, but just not be front and centre? I'll be the office clerk. Right, but I'll run it.
I mean, how much money do you need to do that?
I've got enough for that.
Do you?
Over there. I could start a business tomorrow abroad.
Abroad, but not abroad anywhere.
No, abroad like... Where the exchange rate.
How much do you think it costs to set up a thing in Vietnam? 10 grand?
I've got 10 grand.
Okay.
Yeah. I could lay my hands on 10 grand.
So why don't you do that now?
Because I'm enjoying my life.
Here's a question. Before you go on witness protection, can you get a cheeky loan out and then go missing? 100 grand, please.
Yeah, but they'd report it to the police. And the police know that you're under witness protection, so that's...
Yeah, but they'll be like, well, he's dead. What do you do when you're in witness protection? Do you pretend you've died?
I don't know.
How do you vanish?
I don't know. Do you want me to Google it?
Yeah?
It will involve you filling. Why don't you tell people where they can send it?
Hello, everybody. If you have a problem, you can send it to gotaproblemmate@gmail.com or you can just message me on Instagram. Don't bother with him. He doesn't read his stuff.
I do. In fact, if you've got any... People have been saying that the sound is not... quality is we've been having some problems with the sound and for some reason they message me directly and I say go get fucked, go fuck yourself.
You can message me.
I don't say that.
He sent a voice note. Also, our Patreon we mentioned before, if you'd like bonus content, it's very cheap. It's a $5 a month or less or something like that. And I'll be honest, I don't know if you guys like energy drinks. I got invited to the Red Bull gaming sphere.
Oh, sorry about that.
Back in 2021, I took my then fiance along. Very cool. We got to try the brand new flavors of Red Bull, cactus, watermelon, and the glasses lit up. I should have nicked one. I really should have stolen a glass. A Red Bull gaming sphere glass. But this is not as nice as Red Bull. This tastes absolutely weird, this C4 Performance Energy. They're handing it out for free near Tottenham Court Road Station if you... Listen, I've been filling for a long time.
Sorry, I couldn't find anything conclusive. It just says you have to sever ties with your old life. I'm like, I know that, but what do the people that you've severed the ties with think's happened to you?
Yeah, that's mad.
Okay.
I might watch documentaries about that and stuff on YouTube.
Let's do it. I'd like to watch them. So
Yes?
I've been to Ghent. Oh, coming up in today's show as well, I've got a new feature.
Have we not started?
Yeah, coming up in today's show, I've got a new feature called Joey's Shit List. Just a list of things that have really annoyed me that I've got problems with.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're also going to be doing Who's Got the Biggest Problem? That's back.
Okay, that's a good feature.
I've got 2 for you.
That's a good feature.
But I've got a huge problem. Do you want to hear about my problem or do you want to hear about my trips to Europe?
Let's hear about your problem first, and then we'll get to your...
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, I don't think this is going to be a problem because my football team is largely useless. Right? But it would be so Spursy if this happened. If Tottenham get to the Europa League final...
Yeah.
I've got tickets to see Tyler, the Creator, which I paid a king's ransom for.
Yeah.
Like nearly 200 quid a piece. Right?
Yeah.
But we really went to go. We got like the good tickets. We're in the American Express pen at the front.
Yeah.
Which I haven't got an American Express, but thanks to my brother for lending me his card so I could get that for the early release tickets. 180 quid a ticket, right? But we're going to be right at the front.
Wow.
I'll be able to smell old Tyler.
Okay.
Coming off the rampway. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is,
Mm-hmm.
Bilal, if Tottenham gets to the Europa League final,
Well, you got to watch
am I not
it.
duty bound to go to the Europa League final?
Well, if you can't go, you've still got to watch it, and you'll miss the final.
I won't. I'll be in Tyler, the Creator.
But
so I've
can't
got
not
one way.
see.
One way of doing that is I can watch it when I get home.
No.
Right. And that is the deal I will make.
The best thing about football is experiencing
yeah,
the emotion with the people around the world.
Yeah, but I managed it, didn't I? When we lost 4-1 to Liverpool in the
Yeah, but that was the League Cup.
Yes, but
this is a cup finale.
Listen, I went to the Champions League final. I've been there. I've done it. I've got the disappointment T-shirt. Okay.
But what if they won?
Yes, if they won. But I've seen them win the cup.
Big Ange.
I know. And the way we're playing, we've got zero chance of it. So we're only in the quarterfinals.
You go to the final, I'll take Rebecca to the
Oh, here we go again. Well, that leads me on to actually my next thing that I want to talk about.
What?
I know you've been trying to steal my girlfriend for a while.
I've been messaging her, yeah.
And we went to Ghent and we had a fantastic time.
Mm.
Now, number one, in Ghent, I got into really strong beers.
Okay.
Like 8%ers.
You should try the Brewdog sauce IPAs.
Yeah. In my beer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a problem now?
What, me and Rebecca?
No, with your alcohol.
No, I drink less beers, but they're stronger.
Mm. She told me that she sees you as like a stepping stone boyfriend.
To you. Right?
Yeah.
So we went to Ghent. We had a fantastic time.
Mm.
Cologne, right?
Yep.
Because I'm a good time boy, I like to go out. I like to go and do a bit of disco dancing. Now, you might say at 40 years of age, my best disco dancing days are behind me.
I wouldn't say that.
Rebecca,
yeah,
she's on a different plane, right? She likes to take it easy. She doesn't like to drink too much. She wants to read a book. She wants to
club.
Just enjoy it. No, just in the city, in the hotel. If we're going to be honest, when I go out and get shit-faced and do some dancing, it's really hard for one to convince the other to do the opposite thing to what they want to do.
But can you not?
And the problem with it is, it wasn't really
do
like
both, or does she hate it?
Well, I think she's doing it to humour me, and then therefore
you feel bad.
Obviously, I can't feel like I'm having a good time. You know what I mean?
It's about compromise, you know?
It is about compromise. And I think the problem is we went to Ghent only 2 weeks removed from going to Cologne. So I booked Cologne as a Christmas present, if you remember. We went to see Benjamin Clementine, which, by the way, I need to talk about that in a minute.
Clementine?
Benjamin Clementine.
Clementine.
He's a very good musician. But I would like to tell you what happened at that gig in a minute.
Okay.
And basically, then we got offered the opportunity to go to Ghent for free.
Wow.
Do a flat swap.
Oh, I see.
So, but Cologne was already booked in. So it's like, no offense to any Europeans watching this, but all your cities are the fucking same. You know what I mean? You go drink in a bar. You could be in Ghent. You could be in Cologne. Who cares? On the continent, it feels different to the UK, but largely the continent, it all feels the same, right?
I don't know, but okay.
But, so we'd already done it, you know what I mean? And Cologne wasn't as user-friendly city as Ghent, so it was on the back foot a bit. You know what I mean? Like, couldn't find anywhere. You just feel like, you go away and you don't feel like you found the good area yet.
Yeah.
I was doing that a bit. And anyway.
Depends what you're into, though.
Yeah. But I think, had we not just been away for 2 weeks...
I like a nice ristorante and a nice cafe.
But we did all that. But then you're doing it again 2 weeks later. It's like we just did this
for
4 days,
similar.
and now we're doing it for 4 days.
I know what you mean.
Anyway, went to see Benjamin Clementine, who is a really enigmatic, unusual singer-songwriter guy.
Yeah.
And he did that classic thing where, because it's just Cologne. Like, he did the Royal Albert Hall, and now he's doing like 1,000 cap venue.
Rubbish.
So he's doing all new stuff, which was really good and really interesting. And I actually preferred it because it was a bit more lively than some of his other stuff. He's a bit more like a piano kind of man.
Okay.
But this was like electronic and it had all lights and projections and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he basically only did 2 songs that anybody knew in the whole time. And I could just feel the crowd getting more and more tense about it. And at one point he said, it's always cool to do a gig in a graveyard.
Why did he say that? Because
he felt like they weren't getting into it.
But it's his fault.
But also they're reserved because they're Germans.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But then when he did an encore, instead of doing like his most famous song, he did a song that people did know, but then he changed the final line. He was like, how is it in German? And then they were like helping him. So then he sang that line in German, and he was like, now you guys. And they didn't really want to do it. And then he was like, one more time. And then, because they weren't really getting into it, he was like, okay, 15 more times. And then he made them do it actually 15 times. It was like a Stuart Lee bit.
Did you like that?
That was where I lost patience with it. I was with him all the way through because I thought this stuff is cool and interesting.
Did you like his
and I kind of
attitude?
respect a
was
little
it
bit.
Funny?
Yeah,
or
to me.
Was it a bit?
But he only did that once.
Okay.
Like quite early on as well.
I probably would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very interesting to watch. Like, and he's so incredibly talented musician. But to then really dig deep into, I'm going to make the audience sing a line of my song in German 15 times. And then be like, thank you very much, good night, without playing like your biggest song.
But why not just make it a better gig? I don't really understand when they do all new stuff. It's like, why do they feel they need practice? Do they
yeah.
Is that the reason?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting his new, you know what it's like. When you
do
your tour, you go out and do 20 minutes of new at the top.
Yeah, but then I give them good stuff.
Yeah, but
if I give them any crap, it's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great in 2 minutes.
Yeah, same.
Whereas he's just do this song I wrote about a flower, whatever.
I don't think he was doing something about that.
No? No. You got to compromise, is what I was saying.
Got to compromise.
I had to go watch The Little Mermaid remake, and she's going to have to watch Arsenal Real Madrid with me tonight, and I'm going to be running around. I'm going to be standing the whole time in the living room going, no.
And does
careful.
Does your girlfriend get into it?
Wife. She pretends she does, but I think really she doesn't care.
No offense to any women watching, but do you think she really knows what's going on? Does she know about offside?
I think she wants to let on that she understands it more. And I don't care, right? But what were we watching? There was some team went out on penalties in something. And she was like, oh, what? Are they not in the next? Do they not get another chance? I was like,
no,
that's penalties.
No.
And I try not to sound patronizing.
Yeah. I think there must be like a YouTube video that
explains it.
Yeah. Maybe you should make one for women.
Yeah, I'll see. I'm gonna watch her more than the game to see how much she's watching it.
Well, then you're wasting your time. You want to see There's no point in watching the first leg anyway. I'm not going to be watching the first leg of the quarterfinals because I'm doing my show in York.
Oh, is that this?
So I'm teaching
Oh.
myself that the first leg doesn't matter anyway. You know what I mean?
Matters.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
If you win like 3-0.
Does not matter. Okay, so a couple more things.
A couple more things, everyone. Sorry about my little burp. I've been drinking C4 Performance Energy for my concentration.
A couple of things we're duty bound to say. Number one, if you are enjoying this show, then please do like, rate, and subscribe it wherever you're listening to it. Give us a 5-star review if it's on Spotify.
It's disgusting.
Write a little comment on iTunes if you're on there. If you're watching on YouTube, please just click the subscribe button. It literally would take you much less time it's taken me to tell you to do it. So if you do it, then don't have to keep asking you to do it, and then we get more time.
We're not far off 1,000 subs, and then it can be monetized.
And then we really kick on.
Then we're
getting on. Bruce Springsteen's coming on.
Is he?
I don't know. I doubt it.
You know what? I have newfound respect for Red Bull.
Do you?
Because I thought that tasted bad.
Yeah.
This is awful.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm gonna have to drink all of it.
You're gonna drink all of it.
Doesn't it taste disgusting?
I think you're gonna drink all of it and then have a full blown breakdown.
Maybe.
Oh, have you watched Adolescence?
No.
Oh man, the acting in that, man.
Listen, it's become one of those things. Everyone talks about it too much.
Mate, the acting in that. Fucking hell. I wish I was that good at acting.
Is it Stephen Graham going, "What's happened? What's happened?"
Going,
Hey! And the camera's just following him. That's what I've heard. The camera's just in his face, like it's a GoPro thing. The background's all shaking, and he's going, like hey.
It's not like that.
Sounds good.
We're going to make a good day of it, eh? It's a bit like that.
Yeah, I might watch it. It's just,
good.
Should I not watch something a bit more cheery?
Yeah, you should, but afterwards. I can send you my new jokes that I did at Top Secret last night, and you can watch that after if you want. Okay. So, a couple of other things. So, hang on. What do you think I should do about this Tyler, the Creator Europa League thing?
I think you pick the football, man. Because
I can't pick the football, man.
I think
I've seen Tottenham in the final of the Champions League more times than I've seen Tyler, the Creator perform live. And if I come out of the gig, I'll be so happy that Tottenham won.
Right. Is any of this to do with your girlfriend?
Well,
She
said do what you want. She said she'll take someone else, but I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss this.
He's just scared I'm going to go.
No, you're not going. Yes, I'm also duty bound to remind you that we've got a couple of very special episodes coming up, and if you like them, then they may become a regular thing. Ask Us Anything episode is coming up.
He's lying when he says he's duty bound.
I just like saying
I'm
duty
not
bound.
letting him get away with that.
And also, we are going to be doing streaming an episode live.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, and we're going to announce when that's going to be. Well, when are we going to announce that?
I need to find a way to link it up with my Twitch if that's possible.
Well, can you do that so that we can announce it? We won't be announcing it on the episode because we're obviously recording these in a batch, but we will be announcing it on our socials
we'll stream
next week.
On YouTube, and then should I just do a separate stream?
This isn't the production meeting, Bilal. This is an episode of the podcast.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought this was...
Anyway, a couple of things that we want to do before...
He's duty bound to do this bit.
Before we finish up today's episode.
Yeah.
Right? Number one is the feature... Who's got the biggest problem, mate?
Who's got the biggest problem, mate? Guys, it's time for a Joey Page classic feature.
Is it this young lady who her name's called Hannah?
How old are you? Her name's called Hannah.
Could this woman's idyllic Surrey home be haunted by the mustachioed Welshman who led the UK through the First World War?
Yeah, it could.
A TV paranormal investigation team was sent to an orchard in the village of Churt. Fuck's that? To see if they needed to exorcise the spirit of David Lloyd George. They were summoned there by Hannah, who moved into the house 4 years ago on the land that was once owned by the Prime Minister. She and her family appreciated the fantastic vibe of the old shop, butchery, and outbuildings during the day, but quickly noticed things changed when the sun sets. As soon as you open the barn door, you feel like you're being watched, said Hannah. One day, standing there right in front of our old furnace was a man.
Yeah.
After doing a lot of research, we think that this man was the Prime Minister that led us through the First World War. So basically, she's bought a house. She hasn't done her research.
Yeah.
And now it's haunted by an old prime minister.
I would say thank you for your service.
Is she the one with the biggest problem, or is it this man who is dead called Paul Broom, who was laid to rest at the age of 55 from Bognor, West Sussex? He was a fun-loving man who was nuts about Snickers. So as a final prank on his friends and family. Why did you look at me
when you said?
As a final prank on his friends and family.
Yeah.
Had himself buried in a coffin that looked like a Snickers wrapper.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. And it says on the box, "I'm nuts," on the side of his coffin.
Fair play. Yeah.
So who's got the biggest problem, Hannah or this
There's
guy?
no problem with the "I'm nuts" guy.
Yeah, but come on.
What?
Is that how you really want to go out?
I mean, you're dead either way. Like, it's fun. It's memorable. Hannah doesn't have a problem. Firstly, why do you always have to be haunted by a celebrity? Why can't it just be a poor farmer?
He's a politician.
Well, yeah, but I'd say he's a celebrity. Why do you need to be an ex-prime minister, whatever? It's disgusting, isn't it? But that's good because... Oh, sorry about that. Because she'll get... you can get all idiots paying you a tenner to look around your house now.
Oh, yeah.
That's what... People are like that, yeah.
Okay.
There's that place. I can't remember. There are a couple of haunted houses in the UK where people like can pay to go and look about. And it's obviously... I mean, if it's haunted, so what?
Okay, we're going to move on to the next feature. It's a new feature called Joey's Shit List. I want you to decide if these things deserve to be on there or not, because I'm not impartial. You are. Okay. So first thing that's on my shit list.
Yeah.
Is a couple of TV and a couple of adverts. One's a billboard advert that I've seen, and one is an advert that I heard on our podcast. If you listened to last week's on Spotify, you might have heard the Dreams advert, which I can only apologise for. Because they're singing in this Dreams advert, very timidly, "Can anybody find me somebody to love?" You know that song? And then the guy goes, "Come on, guys. Dreams mattresses aren't timid." And then, like, there's a bit more welly in the singing. How does that make any sense? How's that a fucking advert?
I mean, I don't know. Is it supposed to stick in your head? Because it's weird.
Anyway, so that's on my shit list. All right?
They're not timid. Mattresses aren't timid.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah? And someone's been paid a king's ransom to come up with that idea.
Yeah.
Right? Number 2.
I agree. That's not great.
Okay. You get to decide only one of the... So you can decide if they're in or out afterwards.
Okay.
I'll go for them. The other advert is at Bethnal Green Tube. And it is for some deodorant.
Yeah.
And it says, "This smells amazing." And then there's loads of words in between crossed out. "This is an eruption that smells like frolicking naked in an amazing tonka bean storm."
What's a tonka bean?
I don't fucking know. This is garbage. Who wrote this? AI?
It's the sort of people that live
Let's come up with this. AI? So that's got me annoyed.
Okay.
Then, the flight attendant on my Ryanair flight. Okay. The pilot did such a bad job of landing the plane that we bounced on the runway as we hit and bounced back up a bit. And the overhead locker opened, and I put my hand up to save it.
Yeah.
And the guy turned around and said, "Don't open that." And I was like, "No, I'm stopping that stuff falling out on people's heads from your shitty airplane."
Did you
How about
say that?
No, I gave him a look that said that. And then he went. And then this one did really rile me up. So when I was in Ghent, I got the Eurostar, and it was delayed coming back, and they had to give us a new ticket. I don't know why they had to give us a new ticket. They had to give us a new ticket, I think, for the next train, or it was a different time, whatever. So we all had to, they said, "We're coming around to give you a yellow ticket. If you haven't got one, come and get one." And I was stood there, and the guy was about to, give me the ticket. And then this big bosomed, buxom woman in her 50s pushed in front of me.
Yeah.
And I just went, "What are you doing?" And she just glared at me.
Yeah.
And then the guy gave her the ticket.
Yeah.
And I just went, "I hope that's really helped make your day better, pushing in front of me like that."
Did
Stupid
you?
witch. So those are
Yeah.
the people on my shit list.
Yeah.
How many of them can stay?
Okay, I think getting annoyed by adverts,
Mm.
there's no point.
Mm.
Because I'd say half of adverts are annoying if you think about it.
Mm.
And also maybe they're designed, that especially the written one, that's probably designed to look weird and stick in your mind. Do you know what I mean?
What's a Tonka beanstalk?
Well, exactly.
Fucking.
But I don't know if that is just targeting middle class people or it's like, oh, this is funny because it's so weird. You can't get annoyed about adverts. They're all annoying, pretty much. Right? Especially the ones you're in. They suck. Otherwise, the person pushing in front, that's always annoying. It's good that you said
so
something.
blatant though.
I was at a party that you should have been at, but you were away in Ghent. And I was chatting to someone and I was having a lovely time and someone just came and stood right where I was and was like, oh, are we going to be blah, 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 blah. And I was like...
Can you tell us who that is on the pre-show next week?
I don't know who it was. But I was speaking to Annie McGrath, who I really like.
Oh, yeah, you weaseled onto her podcast, all right, didn't you?
That was ages ago.
I'm not getting invited on that, am I?
Nah.
I can draw.
No, you can't. It's painting.
I can do that. Abstract.
Yeah, crap. Yeah, and it just feels... I don't know. It is quite bad. Like, it makes you feel awful when... Like, the person was very drunk.
So can she stay on there?
What?
The woman on the shit list?
She can stay on there, yeah. That's
what
rude.
about the Ryanair man?
Well, he apologised, right?
Yeah, still.
He didn't know.
Still. Goosed me up.
Well, the thing is, especially on Ryanair, like, budget, you're going to have idiots on there.
I mean, the flight was late. They didn't even apologise.
Did they not?
No, as in, like, boarding and like, we took off half hour late. They didn't. It's like they didn't even mention that it was happening. And you know what? No, everyone was so annoyed.
Yeah.
Nobody bought anything from the in-flight. I was watching. And I was like, good.
You were like...
Because I wanted a beer, but I was like, I'm not giving these guys any more of my money.
Yeah.
And I was already so drunk. I wasn't. Okay. So, that's the end of the episode. Very special episode coming up next week. Next week, we've got a personal trainer coming on.
Are you giving that away?
Yeah, we'll give that away now.
Okay.
We've got a personal trainer coming on because he's going to get us into shape. So we're very excited about that. I threw down the gauntlet on the pre-show a couple of weeks ago to Bilal.
Yeah, and it's actually happening.
It's actually happening. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening or watching.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this bonus. It's not a bonus. It's normal.
It's just
normal, but it's just us friends. But that is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I wouldn't say friends. Okay. I'd say colleague.
We'll see you next time, everybody. I've got a problem, mate.
Salute.
At
Don't
gmail.com.
drink this. At gmail.com. Very good.